Hi everyone, I'm back. It's Wendy. I was asked by one of my lovely subbies, Julie, if I could show the process of how I did the covers for the laminated covers for these TN journals, the Traveller's Notebook journals. Okay, so what I thought I'd do, this one here was just the plain, this tissue paper, just laminated. So what I thought I'd do, I thought I'd show you how to actually do this one. This is just the tissue paper and it's been glued onto a manila folder. Okay, so I'm going to show you that one. So I have a half of a manila folder here, and the height of it is 8 inches, sorry, which is about 20.5 centimeters, little 20.4 centimeters, 24 centimeters, 20.4. Sorry guys. Okay, 8 inches. I'm going to go in inches. So I'm going to cut that off there. Okay, so that's going to be my height. Now for the width, I'm going to do 4 inches on one side of the cover and 4 inches on the other, and my spine, which is going to be in the center, we know our spine's in the center, I'm going to make that 1/2 inch. Okay, so when I go to cut this, I'm going to cut it at 8.5. Okay, alright, now while I've still got this here, I'm going to score this. I've got a little crease on that, but I don't think it'd matter too much. So that's my 8.5 inch side. On the 8.5 inch side, I'm going to just score in my spine. So I'm going to put that at 4 and just score down there and turn that over and put this edge up here at 4 and score that down there. Okay. It's easier to do your scores and your folds before you actually laminate it. It just, after you laminate it, it gets stiff again, but if you've got your score marks in there already, it just makes it a lot easier for you after you've got the laminate on it. Okay, so I'm going to do that. I'm also going to just round these corners here. This is just personal preference, so round that. Now I'm going to grab my, just want to see which one I want. I think let me see, I've got, this part here, oh no, it's up that part up there that I've used on this one here. You can see just this part here, so it's just across there, and I've got the two ladies on the back. With this one here, I might actually use this part down here. So I am going to just snip this off here, just to give myself a smaller piece to work with, because I think it will be just a little bit easier for me. These were really big sheets of tissue paper, just absolutely gorgeous. Okay, so I have that there, and I'm just going to, I think I might go like that this time. Alright, so what I'm going to do, I've got that roughly just on my manila folder there, and I'm going to just hold that with one hand and just snip this up here before I actually glue it on, okay? Oh, be careful, Wendy. Alright, so all I'm going to do now is grab my glue stick, and I am just going to put some glue all around the edges like that, and just put it down here. And my glue stick is empty, and I don't go scraping mine out, I just get another one. And there's some glue there, and this is mainly to hold the tissue paper on. So let's see where we, about there I think. Yep, that's perfect for me. So I'm just going to press that down gently with my hand, and down there. Okay, so just got a little scrapey here, so just going over that gently. You don't want to do it too hard, but just go over that nice and gently, just to get any air bubbles out. Now you do need to tidy up all around your edges before you actually put it through your laminator, because you can't fix it up after you've done that, put it in the plastic sleeves. So I'm going to cut carefully around my manila folder. I don't want to cut my manila folder. And you do, like I did, leave the glue on this to dry before I actually laminated it. I wasn't sure what was going to happen if I ran it through it while it was still wet, so I did leave this to dry. And I kept all these little off-cut pieces too, because they're so cool just to collage either on your pages in your signatures, or just on some index cards like I did. So I'm going to cut round there. Okay. Right, and we'll round that off. I missed a bit there. Alright, so I think I'm pretty happy with that. That looks alright. Now I am going to leave this to dry, okay, because it still feels rather tacky. Oh, missed a bit here. But look at the difference in the colour when you put it on there. That is so cool, isn't it? It really lightens it up. Okay, so I'm going to let that dry, guys, and I shall be back. Okay, I've just plugged in the laminator, and this is nearly dry. So with this one here, I thought I might actually like to just go around the edges. I didn't do that on the last one, but I don't know, I do like to do some inking on the edges. So if you're going to do that, now's the time to do it before you put it in the plastic sleeve. See, that little that little bit of tissue's up there, but that's okay as long as it doesn't fold back. You just gotta, you could re-glue it down if you wanted to, but I'm not going to worry about that. I'm just going to make sure that it doesn't fold up when I put it in the plastic sleeve here. Okay, so and if you wanted like an image on the inside cover underneath the laminating sleeve, now would be a time to put something there as well, which, will I or won't I? No, I think I'll just leave it plain because I do like the plainness of it. I might go in here around the edges just to put a bit of colour on them. But if you wanted something that was going to be permanent on the inside of your cover, you do it all before you put it through your laminator. Okay, alright, so I've got a bit of ink on there. Now I've got my sleeve here, my laminator sleeve that opens up. I don't want any fluff or anything stuck on it. Opens up that way. The sleeves I use, my daughter and I, we went halves in the laminator, which was just a brilliant basic ones from Kmart here in Australia, just one of the cheapo laminators, and like we've had this 2 years, going on 2 years now. My daughter wanted it for her lolly business, and I said I'd go halves because I can use it for crafting. So that's what we done, and we've had, it's been a lovely, a wonderful laminator. Now the sleeves we get are just the Anko A4 laminating pouches, and I'm not sure if she got these ones from Kmart as well, or she could have got them from Officeworks here in Australia, but more than likely it would have been Kmart, I think. Okay, so I've got my tissue paper on here, and I'm just going to open up this, my sleeve. Okay, and I'm going to place it as far up as I can, just up here on this side, because then I won't have to trim that side off. So let me see, and I want it rather straight too. That looks pretty good there. Okay, and I've got it, I have about 1/4 of an inch, 1/8 of an inch down here at the bottom as well. Okay, so after I put it through my laminator, I'll just only have to trim down this side here and trim across that side up there. I think this side here will be fine, as well as the bottom. Okay, but I've just noticed a bit of my tissue paper has come up there, so I'm just going to open that up again and just press my tissue paper back over there, and then put that back down. Okay, that looks alright. That looks better, much better, much better. So, am I ready yet? Yes, I am ready. Okay, so I'll bring this down here, the laminator. Now, just going to run this through here. So I try and put it in as straight as I can until it catches. Okay, and it doesn't take that long at all. And I do have mine on hot. I don't think I've ever used cold, I'm not sure, but I have it on hot, and the green light comes on when it's ready to run the laminating sheets through. Look at that, that looks so cool. Okay, so we're nearly there. Alright, that's through. Okay, so just let that cool down for a little bit and I'll just turn this off. So there is my laminated tissue manila folder cover. Okay, so all I do from this point here, that looks good down the bottom there. I think I could have come up just a little fraction more on this side, but that's okay. Now to cut this, you can use your scissors, but I just grab my scoreboard, and you want to leave like about 1/8 of an inch at the side, because you don't want it coming apart. Okay, so that's about the same width as what I've got down the bottom here, so I'll do this one here too, just about there, cut it. And I keep these extra pieces too because they make great windows if you want to do an envelope or put something in your journal. I've got a couple of those little pieces offcuts now. Okay, so that one's done, and I might just trim just a fraction of this one here. Okay, not much, just like a little slither, just so that they're all the same equal sizes around the edges. And then I just grab my scissors and I will just round the corners. I could use my punch, but it does get stuck sometimes, but we'll have a go. Oh, it's working. Okay, sometimes it doesn't want to cut for me. Oops. Alright, that was pretty good. Yep, all cut. Wonderful. Alright, now we're just going to gently fold our spine again, so you can see down here where it has been creased before. So you just kind of like, I don't know if you've seen that, but it kind of like popped. Okay, so then you can just gently fold it down there. Okay, now I'll do this side here. I put my ruler along my fold, my score mark, okay, and then press down here and just fold it up this way, and it will kind of like go pop there, see, pop right along that crease. Okay, and then just give it a gentle fold over there. Alright, so that is going to be my cover. Now with the elastic, I think this was the main part that she wanted to know. So what I'm going to do, I'll bring this up here. So on the inside, with this size and with the 1/2 inch spine, I'm just going to have 2 signatures in that, just like this one here. So what I've got here, I've got 2 little holes down the bottom here and 2 little holes up the top, and then 1 hole in the center. Okay, so I just grab a pencil and I kind of just go up about 1/4 of an inch from the bottom and put a little pencil mark. I don't, even if I come in, I don't think you're going to be able to see it very much. Okay, you can see that. So I've got 1 little mark there, and I'm going to put another little pencil dot just there, just eyeballing it, and then turn it around and do the same down here. Just come up about 1/4 of an inch, maybe that's 1/8 of an inch, I'm not sure. And just put 2 little dots there. And then for the center, I'll just grab my ruler and I just measure from the paper and just find my center mark here. So it's 4, which is about there, and I'll just put a little dot. Oh, that was my pencil, I pressed too hard. That's okay, it's okay guys, don't panic. Alright, now you don't need a really big hole for the center, so all I really do is just get my awl, and I'm just going to poke a hole and just press it down like that. Oh, sorry guys, I'll come back out again, otherwise I'm gonna get confused. Okay, so you've seen me just poke that hole, and then I'll just go back in this way here. Okay, so you don't need a very big hole for the center elastic, and for the ones on either end I'm just going to use my crocodile, and on the small on the smallest hole I'm just going to poke. I'm just going to pop 2, if I can get them even. Right, 1, 2. So I've just popped 2 holes down the bottom, and sometimes you have to cut off a little bit of that laminate. Alright, so there's the 2 holes down the bottom, and on the other side I'm going to pop another 2. I'm really just eyeballing. Okay, so I've got 2 pop down this end as well. Now that's my front. I do have one of the big, what are they called? The big bites, where I could have put it through and punched a hole there, but you know, you don't really have to do that. Just even these ones down here, you could just punch a hole with just your awl. Now my elastic, what did I do with my elastic? Hang on guys. Oh, come on Wendy. Okay, I'm back guys. Now the hat elastic, I don't know what I was up to. I had to stop because the music from the units next door. Ooh. Okay, so what I do to thread the elastic on to hold the signatures, what you do is you start from the inside. I leave my spool and then cut it, and you go from the inside to the outside, then you thread it back into the inside, so you've got that little loop at the bottom, and then you come up to the top and do the same, thread it to the outside and then thread it back from the outside to the inside, and then you've got to tie a knot in it. Okay, so you just measure, and you don't want to pull it so that it's really tight. I'm trying to pull it tight. If you pull it too tight, your cover will end up like that. Okay, so you don't want that. So I just put mine down there and then just come up about halfway and snip that off, and then I just tie mine together. I just give it a little pull, not a big one. You want to have just a nice twang on your elastic. Okay, so I'm going to just tie mine like this today. Put my thumb there, and just so it's going to have a nice twang to it. I think that's the only way I can actually say it. So then we just tie a knot, and I'll just pull it a bit tighter. Okay, so that's, and you can just cut the excess elastic down a bit like that, and that just fits your pages in there nicely. Now the one for the center, you've got that little hole there, so all I do is just measure my elastic around here. Okay, so, and I hold it there so that it's just got a nice what's the word for that? It's just got a nice hold. So I might just come out a little bit because I want to actually tie this as well. Okay, so I've got that much elastic there, and I'm just going to snip that off. I'll just measure this for you, because if you do it this size, so that's 4 with your 1/2 inch spine, so the piece of elastic I've got is actually, it's about 11 inches, which is about 28 centimeters. Okay, so all I do then is I'm going to tie a knot in my end about 1 inch down. Okay, and hopefully I've guesstimated that. Okay, so you've got a nice size knot there, and that might be actually a little bit too big. So all I do to put my elastic through, I just get my awl again and get the elastic and just push it through the little hole until I've got enough there that I can pull it, and it won't come out because you've got that nice knot there. Okay, so I'll just, okay, that it could have been a little bit tighter, but it's still, when you put a couple of signatures in there, it's going to be a nice length to hold that in there. Okay, and then I will just cut, scissors, here they are, and then I'll just cut that down just a fraction. I'll just grab this one here that I done the other day. I'll just get the signatures out because I haven't sewn these signatures together. So, and I'll just show you. So that one will go in there. Okay, and then this one, see this cover, without putting it on the manila folder, this was a little bit flimsy, but I would just wanted to just laminate the tissue paper just to see what it was like. Okay, so there's one signature, and the other one just gets threaded through that. Okay, and like, you don't worry about that little knot there in the center. Okay, and there you go. That's how easy it is to do the elastic for those. And you can do this technique with any other journal if you're going to use the elastics, or even just twine or something like that. So okay, this was mainly to show jewels, so I hope you understood that, Jules. Okay, so that's how easy it is. Too easy. Okay, thanks guys. I hope that helped you, and you all have a great day, and I'll catch you later. Bye bye.